One.
Rabbi said, welcome back to excuse me, to Yerushalmi Maaser Sheni. We are at Kof Gimel Amud Base. We'll go back a couple of lines. Now, we were talking about Truma, using Maaser Sheni to buy Truma. Tani, we'll go from here. Ein like in Shvius Bekesed Maaser. You can't buy Shvius produce with Maaser Sheni money, because you can't eat it after the Zman Biur, therefore the Maaser Sheni will get lost. Harav YCD Cohen. This is an argument, Chacham and Rav Shimon and Mishnah. The Brisa holds like the Chachamim, said you can't buy Truma. They're worrying there'll be less people eating it. And Rav Shimon argues, just like he allows you to buy Truma with Maaser Sheni, and he's not worried about the people eating it, he also allows you to buy Shvius stuff as well. Rav Yoda says, no, Divrei HaKolhi. Even Rav Shimon agrees it's a problem with Shvius. Rav Shimon only allowed to buy Truma because he held that Eichlei Truma, the Kohanim, when they're eating Truma's reasoning, they are very careful looking after it. It won't come to Psul, and therefore he holds that although by eating Truma with Kesem Maaser Sheni, you're reducing the people eating the Maaser, there's no worry or need to have said. But Shvius, we don't say the ones who eat Shvius are very careful. We don't say that. So he agrees to what the Brisa says, you can't buy Shvius with Maaser Sheni money, because since will be also to eat Maaser after the Zman Biur, therefore we'll come to a hefsed. He says, Bartanina, now Psachim we blend. This Avu b'Bechoros, if animals separated for common Pesach are mixed up with common Bechor, but if that group is all Kohanim who are allowed to eat Bechor, they should bring all the animals in the mixture, and eat them. We've learned on this, they have to eat it like the more severe carbon, so they have to treat it like a common Pesach, where the eating is from the beginning of the night till midnight, right? Not based on the Bechor time, which is 2 days and a night. So we see Rav Shimon's not worried about less people, less time to eat Bechor, even though the reason of Eichlei Truma doesn't apply. You see, the reason that you're allowed to bring Kodshim, his reason is that you can allow to bring Kodshim to base Psul. That's what he allows it. And therefore it'll allow you to buy Shvius as well with Maaser Sheni, even though Maaser will come to a hefsed. So Rav Shimon seems to argue on this brisa. Now, by the way, this idea of Kohanim's reasoning, so some say it's only on Truma. That's what you have here. Eichlei Truma's reasoning. Yeah? Some say they're Zoheh with all mitzvahs which belong to them, like eating Kodshim, serving the Beis Mikdash, not only Truma. Right? We find this phrase, Eichlei Truma's reason, a few places in Yerushalmi. Other places in Yerushalmi and in Bavli, it says Kohanim's reasoning. Kohanim in general as reason, yeah? Not just for Truma. So that's what you find. So any mitzvahs belong to Kohanim, like eating Kodshim or serving the Beis Mikdash. I mean, here we're talking about eating common Pesach, which doesn't necessarily belong to Kohanim only, but still. All right. Let's carry on. When you're eating common Pesach in its proper time, the people are careful to eat the korban until midnight, not to lead to Noisa, and that's why Rav Shimon allows you to bring the korban Bechor and Pesach and got mixed up and eat it like korban Pesach, although you're reducing the time of the Bechor. But as far as post Shvius, when we can't say the Eichlein's reason, then he agrees to the Brisa that you can't buy Shvius produce with Maaser Sheni money. You don't want it to come to any hefsed. Now I'll prove it to you that Pesach Chaburas are very careful. Shukain. The Tanina, we've learned you cannot roast meat, onions, or eggs on a Friday unless they should be roasted a bit before. They should be roasted a bit before Shabbos comes in. If there's not enough time, then you mustn't start roasting them because you'll start stoking the flames. Yeah. We've learned but you can lower the Pesach into the oven on Friday, just before it gets dark. And even if there's not enough time for it to roast a bit mid-Moed Yom. And the reason we're not worried you'll stoke it up, because B'nei Chabura with Pesach, they're very careful. They're not going to stoke it up. So you see, Eichlei Psachim, in its time, they are Zoris, just like people who eat Truma. Now, the din, one who redeems his hekdesh always has to add a fifth onto the principle. So we bring a din of Rav Shimon ben Levi. He limits the idea of the fifth. He says, Rav Shimon ben Levi Omer, Yerushalmi Levi. When you redeem Hekdesh, you don't add a fifth. It's on the first time it's Hekdesh. Where the Kedusha came onto it, you're Makdish something on Chulin. But if it's second time, let's say it came from something else which was Hekdesh, like your Matzvis, you take the holiness of something else to put on this which you had, then you don't have to add a fifth in its redemption. Our Rebbe Lazar said, but it's holy came. We've also learned, if they're animal, your Makdish is from the animals which are Tameh, or Pada, Barakacha, and you'll redeem it and you add a fifth. Baba Hema tells you, like an unclean animal, Baba Hema Tamer B'Yuchedes is unique. Tchilas Hekdesh. It's the first time it's Hekdesh. Right? The one who redeems it, Ma'aser Chomesh, adds a fifth. Avkoshus Tchilas Hekdesh. If it's the first time it's holy, the one who redeems it has to add a fifth. Right? But if you're paid a Hekdesh Sheni, you don't have to add a fifth. Okay. Now the Gemara talks about the Chiyuv of Chomesh with Shlomim, which you bought with Maaser Sheni money. Shlomim shalachad b'kesed Maaser. You used Maaser Sheni money, you bought a Shlomim. Then there was a blemish. Now it's not fit to be a carbon or b'dayan, and you redeemed it. So the din is Ma'aser Chomesh. You have to add a fifth. Now, although the Shlomim came from Kedushas Maaser, but as far as Shlomim is considered Tchilas Hekdesh. Shlomim shalachad b'tzmei Pesach. You had leftover money from Korban Pesach. You're bound to buy a Shlomim. You bought a Shlomim. The home got blemish. You've done, you redeemed it. Ma'aser Chomesh. You have to add a fifth. Right? Although the Shlomim came from Kedushas Korban Pesach, as far as Shlomim is considered a Tchilas Hekdesh. So these two did him. He told us two things. One I need, and one he's not telling me much. So what were the two did him? One, he said, if you buy a Shlomim from Maaser Sheni and you redeem it, you add a fifth. And then he said, if you buy a Shlomim from leftover Korban Pesach money, you have to add a fifth. So he says, one of these dinim tells me something, the other one not so much. Pesach, the din that you use Pesach money, tzorcha, that's needed. Shlomim, the one that you're buying a Shlomim from Maaser Sheni, lo tzorcha, that's not needed. It's posher that Shlomim is considered the first time Hekdesh. Shalai Toma, now why are you telling me you brought it from Korban Pesach money, that's a Tchilas Hekdesh? Why is there a Chiddush there? Shalai Toma, don't say Halo Pesach, Shlomim. Look, if you separate Korban Pesach and you lose it, and you bring another one, then you find the first one's brought as a Shlomim. So Pesach and Shlomim, you might think, Hekdesh Achadu, they're like one type of Hekdesh. So if you buy Shlomim from Pesach money, it's not Tchilas Hekdesh, maybe it's a second timer. And made a Ma'aser Chomesh, you'll think you don't have to add a fifth. So because of that, when Shmuel tells us, not only that, but if our Shlomim is considered Tchilas Hekdesh, and you have to add a fifth with opinion. Rav Huna said, Talmud Rabbi Shmuel, the reason of Rabbi Shmuel that Shlomim you brought into Pesach is not considered a continuation of Pesach, but it's something new, is considered another Kedusha, do Amma, because Shmuel holds, Ein Pesach Eis Tzmura V'Shayna. He says, look, Tzmura, as you know, is where you transfer holiness from one animal to another, and basically what happens is allowed. You're not allowed to do it. The first animal keeps its holiness, and the second one gets holiness as well. Right, Tzmura, you're saying Zu Tzmura Zu, but the first one keeps its Kedusha as well. So basically, this opinion holds that Korban Pesach can't go on creating a Tzmura holy status on other animals. Right? Not more than once. As opposed to other Korbanos, you can do it Tzmura many times. But even so, Hema Bai, if you did do a Tzmura Ideu Pesach, when it's Korban Pesach, Mema Bai Ideu Shlomim. You can also do a Tzmura when it's a Shlomim, when it's changed to being a Shlomim. So if it got lost, you separate another one, then you find it. It's got a Shlamim. So if Shmuel learned, Shlamim you bought with Tzmei Pesach, it doesn't have Kedusha of Pesach. It's like another Kedusha of Shlamim. If it still had Kedusha of Pesach, you couldn't now create a Tzmura, because Pesach cannot make 2 or 3 Tzmuras, it can only make a Tzmura once. You think if Shmuel does not compare Korban Pesach to any other Korban, even according to Shmuel, Korban Pesach is like any other Korban. You could create a Tzmura and create another Tzmura and another Tzmura. So you can't learn from here, from Tzmura, that Shlomim you brought from Tzmei Pesach is considered another Kedusha. Rabbi Yochanan, he said, Shlomim shalachan b'kesed Maaser, you use Maaser Sheni money, you bought a Shlomim, v'homamu, U'Padayin, you got a blemish and you redeemed it, and then it hasn't got any Kedusha Shlamim anymore. Well, it does not go back. The animal doesn't go back to have Kedushas Maaser Sheni. You use Maaser Sheni to buy it, right? But it doesn't go back to being Maaser Sheni. You don't have to eat it with the dinim of Maaser Sheni. The reason is, when you buy a Shlamim with your Maaser Sheni money, that removes the Maaser Sheni status. Okay? Now we bring a source that acquiring an animal for Shlamim with Kesef Maaser removes the Maaser status from Zira, from here. Trend the most of Shem Remes V'Chanina. Chana, but once the Shlamim Shalchem Kesef Maaser Parka Mehen Kedushas Maaser. You hear that? The Kedushas Maaser disappears. It's gone. All you have is Shlamim now. Yeah, you use Maaser Sheni to buy Shlamim. Like the Torah tells you. The Torah tells you you'll come to the gates of Yerushalmi and you'll buy meat. The Torah tells you to buy Shlamim. So if you're following that instruction, the Kedusha of Maaser goes away and you're left with a Shlamim. That's this opinion. Truma shalak kama kesef Maaser. If you use Maaser Sheni to buy Truma, alay pakim menu Kedusha's Maaser. That does not lose the Maaser status. So you've got Truma status and Maaser Sheni status in it. Mishnah Sheveres. But the reason with Shimon that our Mishnah goes against what we said, we made a chiluk between Shlamim and Truma. Now, when we answered the Chachamim, we said you can't buy Truma with Maaser Sheni. We're worried less people eating it. Rav Shimon said, look, if they allow you to buy an animal for Shlamim, even though again there'll be less people eating it because of pigul, noisa, tome, how much more so we should allow you to buy Shlamim, to buy Truma, which doesn't have those reasons. So we don't understand what Rav Shimon said. Rav Shimon, why is he asking something about, Shlamim is different? You're answering with something where the Maaser has gone away. Right? When you buy Shlamim, Kedushas Maaser goes away. And yet, what were they asking about on Truma? Truma, Kedushas Maaser does not go away. If they allow you to buy Shlamim, that's because it's not got any Maaser status on it. So even if it's possible, the Maaser Sheni is not losing, the Maaser Sheni status has disappeared. Therefore, there's no Kedushas Maaser Sheni on it. When you buy Truma, however, the Kedushas Maaser remains there. So therefore, there's more of a reason to worry that the churmas which we have in Truma will cause less people eating the Maaser. You understand? Why is there a question one from the other? They're two different cases. When you buy a common Shlamim, the Maaser status has disappeared. When you buy Truma, the Maaser status has not disappeared. So you can't ask one or the other. The other one, Rav Zira of Hila, he said, we haven't asked this against with the Tana of Shimon Lachamim. Less Hadamra. We can't say that the first Amora, what he asked, can you answer the thing where the Kedusha has gone away for something where the Kedusha has not gone away? That's not the main claim. That wasn't the main question. The main Taina was something else, even though we didn't mention it. Because Rav Shimon says to the Senekama, you think buying Truma of Maaser Sheni has less people eating it. Right? We asked the Zachina for a Tzvul Yom, like Truma. He says, you know what, a Tzvul Yom, he can't eat it. What will he do? He'll wait a day, and then he'll be able to eat it. Because of one Tefillah, the Maaser Sheni will get lost. No, although you bought Truma with Kesef Maaser, and the Maaser will be also Achina for a Tzvul Yom, but he won't get lost. The Tzvul Yom can wait till tomorrow, and he can eat it then. And that's what Rabbi Chanina said, if the main time of Shimon the Chachamim was from Shlamim, then you can ask what I've asked. The difference between Shlamim and Truma. Shlamim takes away the Maaser status. Truma does not. And based on that, we don't understand the time of Shimon. But since Rav Shimon has another reason, the reason is Tzvul Yom and so on, and it's not such a big deal, therefore Mishnah did not refrain from bringing his Taina with Shlamim, even though that according to his words, it doesn't really have a base at all. Do you understand? So it really had another reason for the whole discussion. Right? The reason was what? That big deal, he can't eat it. It's for Yom, less people. So tomorrow he'll eat it. Okay, Halacha Gimel. You with me, Halacha Gimel? You have money of Maaser Sheni in Yerushalmi, but tzarich lahem, and you need to buy things which are not really eating, drinking. So you shouldn't really buy it with Maaser Sheni, but you've got money in Yerushalmi. Your friend has payros. Your friend has chulin fruit, which he wants to eat. and your friend agrees that you can put your master status on his fruit. He tells his friend, this money is refrained, is redeemed onto your fruit. And through that, the kedusha of the mais goes away, goes onto the fruit. So the owner of fruit, he can eat his fruit in a state of purity, like Maaser Sheni. But halal, the one who has the money, can do what he wants with the money and acquire things that he needs, like chulin. You shouldn't say this to your friend who's an Amaretz if he's not careful, unless the moist in your hand is moist where you've separated it specifically for Demai, and we're lenient and they allow you to be mechalalit onto the fruit of the land. Now we said in the previous halacha you got money and fruit in Yerushalmi. So what about, let's say the fruit or money is not in Yerushalmi? So Paris Yerushalmi, you got chulin fruit in Yerushalmi, and mois b'Medina, you got Maaser Sheni money outside, and the owner of the money needs this money. He says, this money should be redeemed onto that fruit which is in Yerushalmi. Okay? And you use the money as you want, like mois chulin. And the fruit has to be eaten in Yerushalmi and Kedusha's master. Mois Yerushalmi, if you had mois money of Maaser Sheni in Yerushalmi, which you need to buy things which are not for eating or drinking, or Paris Medina, you got other fruits abroad. He says, you know what, this money is redeemed onto that fruit, and therefore I can use the money as I want. Providing you actually take the fruit to Yerushalmi and eat it in Yerushalmi like fruit of Maaser Sheni. You can take money of Maaser Sheni into Yerushalmi and bring it out. Fruit of Maaser Sheni can go in, but any Yaitzin can't go out. He says, the fruit can go in and can go out as well. Okay. You've got fruit which is complete and it's got chiyuv maestros and becomes tevel. It went through Shalim in the status of tevel and it comes out. So now, when you separate maestros outside, Yasa Maaser Sheni should bring back, it's reached Gvar Malacha. You've given it a Shem Maaser Sheni when you brought it to Yerushalmi. And the fruit of Maaser Sheni, which was in Yerushalmi and went out, you can't redeem it. It's too late. We have to be careful, take back the Maaser Sheni which was separated to Yerushalmi and to eat it there. If the fruit was not complete from Maaser, for example, Sali Anavim, little grape baskets, right? And take them to the press, to press down the wine. But Sale to Eidim, and these sort of figure baskets, Lamuksa, which is where you dry everything. So in this area, if let's say you took Maaser Sheni, where are we? I've lost the place here. Sale to Eidim Lamuksa. B'Shamei say Maaser Sheni Shalahem V'Yacham Yerushalmi. It says even before the Gemara Malacha, you have to treat the Maaser Sheni as if it's already been separated. Mechitzas are surrounding it. You can't redeem it outside of Yerushalmi. But it's still a library. But still said, look, it's not complete yet. Therefore, we say no. The Maaser Sheni, we don't look at it as like it's separated. You don't have to return it to Yerushalmi. You pada, you just redeem it. V'yacham Hamaka meet it in every place. There's no argument on a pair of where they're not complete and it went through Yerushalmi. She pada. Maaser Sheni Shalahem. You redeem the Maaser Sheni and Yacham Chomaka and eat it wherever you want, right? Because since there was no Gemara Malacha, we don't say as if the Maaser has already been separated. We don't say that, and the Mechitzas have not really taken effect. But what is the argument? Our parents should Gemara Malachtan, fruit that is complete, that's gone through Yerushalmi. Bring back the Maaser Sheni Yacham Yerushalmi into Yerushalmi. You redeem it and you can eat it anywhere. They held, even if it's become Paris Tevel, we don't look at the Maaser as if it's been separated. But Demai, fruit of Demai, which is when we're lacht on, the word, maybe Maaser has not been taken, or not, Truma will not be taken. Nechnas v'yaisei, you can go in and come out v'nifter, and it can be redeemed. Demai is not chayma, it's only drabanan, so there's no problem about the walls sort of catching it in. Okay, now we said one who's putting money onto Maaser Sheni on the chulin fruit of his friend. This is the new deal. So we said if you're mechala money on Maaser Sheni on top of the peres chulin of your friend. Don't tell this Amaretz except with mine. So money on Maaser Sheni, which is definitely asked to put onto fruit shel Amaretz. Why? We don't give, full stop. We don't give Maaser Sheni definite to Vadai Amaretz. Right? He's not going to be careful with the Kedusha, and you can't put Peres and Maaser Sheni Vadai on the money of Amaretz, right? Because you'll get Kedusha's Maaser Sheni on the money, and you're like giving money of Maaser Sheni to Amaretz, so we can't do that. He said, "After person the fruit can go in and come out." Lie. Now, Rav Shimon Gamliel did not allow to take you out the fruit. You'll make a dough and you'll come back. You'll make a dough, you'll come back. Right? So the parents of Maaser Sheni doesn't go out from Yerushalmi to be eaten there. He allowed it to take it out to return it to Yerushalmi. Okay? He says we find outside Yerushalmi various things, ovens and things. In order to grind it, basically, and to make a dough and to bake it and to return it to Yerushalmi. So you've got fruit which is complete and it's within 30, get the Maaser Sheni going back and eat it in Yerushalmi. So peiros which are malacha in the field, they don't become tevel until they see the house, right? The owners bring them into the house or into their courtyard. If they've not gone into the house or the courtyard, you can eat temporary eating without taking maser. So Rav Shimon Lakish actually takes on this halacha. Rav Shimon Lakish Amar. So it's a man's Yerushalayim. What do they treat Yerushalayim? Also, it's like a chazah beis shmira. It's like a guard hut. Ma chazah beis shmira teveles. The fruits which are complete that go into the chazah, everything becomes tevel, and they're also achilas harai. Avzu. So also Yerushalayim, it makes the fruit all tebel that have gone inside. Because if you're going to tell me it's not tebel, I mean, why, we're treating it as if Maaser Sheni has been separated from it. It's got mechitzas. I mean, it could be that there's no Maaser Sheni chiyuv. You'll eat achilas arai. Basically, it must be Yerushalayim has got a din like a chazah which is guarded, and all the fruit is tebel, which has come in, and it's all forbidding achilas arai. Rav Yonah said, even the houses in Yerushalayim should not create a temple status, because Karen shall because they belong to everyone. Yerushalayim is not for sale. You heard that phrase before? Yerushalayim is not for sale. It was not divided to the Shvatim. It belongs to everyone equally. And so a house that you don't, it's not yours, it doesn't create temple status. Definitely fruit going into the walls of Yerushalayim and not into the houses, it doesn't become temple in such a case. Right. Ella, he says, must be, what Shloki says, there's a most Yerushalayim also is a chazah beis shmira, they make it treated like a guardhouse, but a chazah beis shmira tefeses, fruit which is complete, it is tefeses, so what does that mean? It becomes tevel. When you bring it in, Avzu, so also Yerushalayim tefeses, the fruit that completed it, as far as klitas mechitzas, they captured in it. So if you took them out from Yerushalayim and you separated Maaser Sheni, you can't redeem it, but this doesn't become tevel. As far as the Isser tevel, Yerushalayim is not like a guarded house. Okay. Now Rabbi Yonah learns a halacha from our Mishnah, the din of the fences enclosing an area where the item is complete. This tells me, Kri, you got like a bundle of grain, they're not separated, not Maaser Rishon, not Maaser Sheni. If his Mishum Sheni, if you warned them for Sheni, like the issue of eating tevel, etc., like it, he gets lashes. We don't say, well, we're not yet separated Maaser Rishon, which comes first. you're not yet chayiv Rosh Maaser Sheni. Okay, it's not considered tebel as far as Maaser Sheni is concerned. But why is that? He says, don't say why fruit which is complete and goes to Yerushalmi is kind of mechitzas of Maaser Sheni. I mean, it's still. He says it's not tebel here for Maaser Sheni. You've not really separated Maaser Rishon. What he wants to say is, even before the Maaser Rishon, it's tebel as far as Maaser Sheni is concerned. And if they warn you for tebel for Maaser Sheni, you would get lashes for this. Let's just see this again. This is a din Rav Yoda learns from our Mishnah. Our Rav Yoda Hadar Amra that Kri shul tavol Rishon but Sheni. Basically, you've not separated any Maasers from it. In history of Sheni, if you warned him, you want to eat this? Iso, you can't eat it. Right? Tebel, Maaser Sheni's in it. Like how you get lashes. We don't say, well, you never separated Maaser Rishon first, and that came first, so you shouldn't get lashes. Right? We don't say that. So even though you didn't separate Maaser Rishon, you can get lashes for eating this Maaser Sheni. Hasib Rabban asked, we've learned in our Mishnah of Paris, which have gone through Yerushalmi. Take them back to Yerushalmi. Can you honestly say that according to Beis Shammai, if you eat this fruit when you're not separated Maaser Sheni, you'll get lashes? I mean, fruit which is not Gemar Malacha is not Tebel. You can eat it Arai. And since it's not considered Tebel for Maaser Sheni, why are the Mechitzas covering it? And it must be Chayvah Mechitzas. It's a Chomra with the walls for this fruit that is not Tebel yet, of Hacha. So here as well with fruit which is Gemar Malacha. So we want to say it's not considered Tebel for Maaser Sheni, but Chayvah Mechitzas. Is the Chomra of Rabbanan that is surrounded by Mechitzas, even though it's not got a deal of Tebel. You hear that? So what we said, on the one hand, you're going to get Malchus going to Beis Shammai? He says, no, it's a Chomra of Rabbanan. Right? So here as well, Perishing with Melachtan, it's not considered Tebel for Maaser Sheni, it's a Chomra. Okay. Now, the suffix of Zera about the walls enclosing an area. Going to Beis Hillel, Perisar, Nigma Malacha, the walls surround them. From Zera boy, he asked, so you got Tebel, fruit, Gemar Malacha, goes into Yerushalmi, you take it out. Hifrish Alav, if you separated from this Tebel, Maaser Sheni B'Mokemacher from somewhere else, Nifta, does it become the Tebel Potel from Maaser Sheni like any other Tebel, because you can separate Maestros from elsewhere, or maybe it's too late. It's Chal on the Maaser Sheni, it didn't Mechitzas, you have to eat in Yerushalmi, so maybe you can't separate Maaser Sheni from elsewhere. Maybe you have to separate only these fruit, right, and just eat Maaser Sheni from this in Yerushalmi. Who says you can separate from elsewhere? So the Gemara doesn't actually answer the question. Right, so what was the other side? If you separated Maaser Sheni from elsewhere, does this Tebel now become potter from Maaser Sheni? You say, oh, maybe the walls have already surrounded it, and therefore you have to eat in Yerushalmi, right? And you can't. You have to separate this and eat it here. Rav Yoda asked, if you have Gemar Malacha, you bring the fruit into Yerushalmi, and you take it out. After Kol Haloshon l'Mokemacher, you made it all Maaser Sheni for elsewhere. So you separated Maaser Sheni on other fruits of Tebel. Kol Haloshon. Is it the din the Mechitzas surround everything? They're all in Yerushalmi, and then made everything Maaser Sheni, and you can't redeem it outside Yerushalmi. Basically, you just take it all back to Yerushalmi and eat it there. Or maybe maybe the din of Klita, these walls surrounding it, is like 1/10 of the fruit. Right? That was going to be like Maaser Sheni on this fruit. But maybe other Paris does not got a din of Klitas Mechitzas, right? Why not? It doesn't have the walls surrounding it, because at the time when you go to Yerushalmi, it wasn't there destined to be Maaser Sheni. Even though in the end you did separate Maaser Sheni or the other fruit. So maybe you can redeem maybe a percentage of it outside Yerushalmi and bring it back to Yerushalmi. So what's the question here? The question is there Klitas Mechitzas? right, on all the fruits, because it was all in one order. Or do we say no? Maybe 1/10 of it, maybe. Okay. Baskets of the grapes, etc. Baskets of figs, la'achila, there for eating. Grape baskets for eating. That's considered complete. Right, the grapes are going to make wine. Usually, if you're going to make wine, they're not complete. They're lacking in pressing and so on. And the grapes that are there for drying out in the books are also lacking malacha. But the grapes and the figs, which is there for eating, from the time when you put them in the basket, that is the Gemar malacha. Okay. I think we'll finish here today, Rabbi Sam.
How much further to the halacha daled?
What?
How much further to halacha daled?
No, I'm just too tired today.